done with.
Dude, you've been done.
I'm still here.
For what? Why? Because you just want to be a asshole.
You're right.
Then why the would you be in this competition?
I'm here.
Bone face.
Why do you look 50 and you're 24?
What? What did you say? Go yourself.
Would you rather have the brand new PS5 or a weekend with these three lovely ladies and you can do anything you want with them?
Wait, anything with them?
Like anything.
A whole weekend?
A whole weekend.
Damn, but the PS5 though, like it just.
I know.
Oh, damn, y'all beautiful though, but.
Hold on, what'd you say?
PS5 or us?
Oh,
bro, y'all beautiful, but I had a PlayStation 4 for 4 years, but I need a PS5.
Oh, God.
My nigga.
Y'all, so this dude came in my DM yesterday. He was like, "You're pretty, I'm trying to get to know you." He literally sent me $1,000 just to get to know me. And y'all literally sit here and think I'm gonna get to know y'all for free when somebody just paid me $1K for him to get to know me? Be so for real.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
Would you feel comfortable if your father was watching your OnlyFans and subscribing to it?
Probably not, no.
You would not feel comfortable, and I'll tell you why. That's because in your heart of hearts, in your soul, if you still got one, you know it's wrong. That's your work. In my work, if my mother consumed my work, I'd be thankful and pleased that she took an interest in my work and supported my work. If she bought my products, I'd be thankful. If your mother or father bought your products, you'd be disgusted and ashamed because you know what you're doing is wrong and the product of what you're doing is bad.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I got a question for you. Do you have car insurance?
100%. No reason.
All right. Do you have homeowners insurance?
100%.
Do you have life insurance?
100%.
Do you have medical insurance?
100%.
Did you get tired of your insurance agent talking about the possibilities of you losing your life and being rewarded? Hold on for a second. I know, but don't be a butt person. Here's the deal. You have insurances. Although it's a very uncomfortable situation, and life insurance people who sell it tend to be scumbags. They tend to be looked at as scumbags, like, I don't want to have this conversation about me dying, but you surely will die. So you better have the conversation. The reality is, yes, it's a very tough conversation. I have to spend a lot of time talking about it. It's very difficult. However, there needs to be some insurance, and there's no insurance, and so we must talk about it.
He ain't lying.
That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it. So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it into there.
Jammed and round.
Like Jam City.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Dang.
And took her breath some more.
That's crazy.
I
mean,
Now what's up? Where your homeboy at?
What's up?
That's fine, cause I'm gonna
Square
call
up.
him. I'm gonna call them. They been waiting on you to up.
Man.
Your homeboys ain't your friends.
I mean,
Your homeboys ain't your friends. And I know the other one got more money than you. You know what? I'm gonna call them. That's fine, cause I'm gonna call them.
You got cause.
I'm gonna sit on that tonight.
You got cause.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Hey. Oh.
Wow.
So what? They supposed to be some type of
remember you had to catch the bus to get here.
And you got nothing to about this?
Yeah. Hey, they ain't got shit to do with me, man. And guess what else? And guess what else?
What?
You're gonna have to find somewhere to stay too, boo.
Okay, you gotta get kicked out the crib. Stay on the curb.
Not on the lease. So if that's what you want to with, that's fine. Make sure you got a pallet. Make sure you got a pallet. You just stay with me.
Bruh.
Just stay with you. Just stay with me.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. Cut that bitch off. Next caller.
Okay. I planned to come on at 10:30 tonight. Originally, it was gonna be like 10:30, and look at my focus. Look, technical difficulties all around. I planned originally to come on like around 10:30, right? I went to the laundromat, and I think I jumped the laundromat around 10:10. But go figure, I'm lying. I didn't have the thumbnail ready, y'all. But I figured I was gonna go on to I figured I was gonna come on like at 10:45, 11 o'clock, right? And long story short is, and I leave the laundromat, and I ain't gonna front. I kind of bumped into this female. Well, actually, the female that ended up bumping into me. I was at the wash house, and I was loading up my shit into my car. And before I was loading up my stuff, y'all, basically, I was, basically loading up my stuff in my, what's that thing called? Your laundry basket. And when I was loading up my stuff in the laundry basket, these two skinny females walked past by. And, I noticed those two females, and, that was decent looking. But I noticed that the one girl at the end was looking hard, right? Well, she looked, and I looked at her back or whatever. Well, I didn't think nothing of it. I was just like, okay, whatever, I didn't think nothing of it until I was walking past them with my car, with my stuff in my car to my car. And then, like, the driver kept on looking like she looked like she wanted me at this point. So I looked back. And then, at that point, I gave the head look like, hey, what's up? To see who they'll speak. So they wind down the window. At this point, they talking. So I go over there and, I introduce myself. But the passenger, she's the one who started putting all the charm in on me. You feel me? No lie. The driver really wanted me, but the passenger basically, well, if I had to get based it off of looks and gazes, I would assume that the driver was the one who was more interested. But maybe not, I don't know. But the other one is the one who was saying all the, basically all the rap and all, all the stuff that men want to hear. Long story short is I ended up getting her number and then kind of talking with her for a little bit, but not too long. Long story short is I ended up getting home and getting ready for the show. And, I do use a tripod on this, even though I have a webcam, I do use it on a tripod. I used a tripod last night when I was on the road. So, of course, I had to go to my car to go get it. And, it's Florida. So, and where I live, there's grass. So, a lot of, park on the grass, There's a driveway, but I have more than one car. So, a car has to be on the grass at times, right? Man, do you know that I would say I parked and I was just fine. Do you know by the time I went to get my tripod, I had stepped in some motherfucking dog shit or something, bruh?
Really him. You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
Yeah. So anyway, that's why my show's so damn late, you know what I'm saying? Because I had to fucking go get like a water hose, wash that shit off my damn slides. And then I had to, shit. Matter of fact, my slide's still outside. Man, I ain't gonna bring them shits in the house, man. So anyway, long story short is, I guess this really has nothing to do with nothing. I just wanted to tell y'all this is why I'm going through this technical difficulties. This, replay gang, hopefully y'all won't see all these difficulties because I'm probably gonna cut this shit the fuck out. So with that being said, let's continue, y'all. All right, so let's get to this main event. You know what I'm saying? That way I could take my eyes to sleep, man, because, you know, things just didn't end up like how I thought it was going to end up. So anyway, long story short is, as I digress, let's go to that video that I wanted to show y'all that made me originally wanted to even discuss this in the first place. Because, one thing about the Black community, we tend to bring up violence against Black women, and people like to quote, Malcolm X saying that the most vulnerable woman in America is a Black woman. But Malcolm X is talking about pre-1964 civil rights bills, Black women. He wasn't referring to the welfare queens or, the Black woman who got propped up before the Black man. Unfortunately, Malcolm X did not get to see the type of, he did see the type of Black woman that will work, but he didn't see it in abundance in the sense that it is now. So when he said it, he had a different situation and a different type of women in mind. Now, this is something I'm going to talk about tomorrow. I should have maybe talked about this tonight, but we're going to talk about this a little bit tomorrow. But we're definitely going to address it tonight. Check this out.
Woman who was arrested for helping one of the New Orleans prisoners escape, even though she is the reason he was in jail in the first place. 32-year-old Anthony Massey was one of 10 men who broke out of a New Orleans jail 2 weeks ago. And police believe Anthony was a ringleader in organizing the jailbreak, including allegedly threatening one of the maintenance workers to cut off the water behind the toilet so that they could disconnect the toilet from the wall and escape behind it. And their plan worked, but police say he had other help. An unidentified 21-year-old woman was arrested in aiding his escape. And the wild part is Anthony Massey was arrested on March 25th for domestic abuse involving this woman. Her injuries were so brutal that he sent her to the hospital. The police reports state that the attack began at her house in Slidell when he went through her purse and he saw paperwork related to a restraining order that she had filed against him. When Anthony Massey saw those notes, he became so angry that he beat her, strangled her, forced her into a car, and made her drive into the darkest streets in New Orleans East, all the while telling her that he was going to kill her. The reports state that when they reached the McDonald's on Elysian Fields, she saw a police car, so she jumped out of the car, but he caught her, dragged her back to the car, and began to strangle her until she became unconscious. Then he took her to his sister's house, and she was there crying from pain from all of her injuries. And he got mad because she was too loud. So he grabbed her by the hair and ripped out her braids, smearing blood all over the walls. She eventually escaped and made it to the hospital, where she was in serious condition, but she spoke to the police, and they arrested him. But as soon as he got comfortable in jail while waiting for his trial, police say there were records of her calling him again. And even on the night of the mass jailbreak, the two communicated. Anthony Massey was in jail on charges that include rape and kidnapping her, yet she is still currently known as his girlfriend. The only reason her identity is being hidden is because she's listed as a domestic violence victim. And now she is behind bars on charges of principal to aggravated escape and obstruction of justice for helping him to escape while he's still on the loose. And sources say this is his fourth time escaping the law. He's even been known to break off his ankle monitors as soon as they put him on his leg. The fact that he's one of the last two inmates still on the loose says a lot about him. What kind of love is this? Leave a comment to let me know. I'm Tierka with the T.
You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
My bad, y'all. I think I finally fixed my technical difficulties. Well, like I said under my breath, or what y'all didn't hear when I was on mute, was, there's rarely any victims, only volunteers when it comes to this situation. The only victim here is the taxpayer who gotta deal with the damn fact that they gotta, house, saying these prisoners for the rest of their damn life. Cause these dudes are some bad dudes, and this chick decided that she was gonna go get with him, or she was gonna go and still deal with him, even though he in jail. So that's why I don't want to hear, oh, there's a victim, Cassie a victim, and Diddy did this and Diddy did that, and all these people did this stuff. Man, look, these women chose that lifestyle. They chose to be with these type of dudes. They chose for this hurt. Now, with that being said, that goes up to the main event. Main event time, y'all. Main event. So when I'm finished, what I'm going to share is this story that happened in 2023, but it made its rounds around World Star. So I had to address it. I promised my boy Boss Neff, that I was going to discuss this. So salute to Boss Neff and R2 2.0. Let me move this out the way. So as you see, local man arrested in Dallas and charged for his wife's Little Rock homicide.
You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
Now, yo, I had to read this story for y'all. So it says, of course, let's see here. Oh, you know what's crazy? What's crazy is that every article that I try to find to read it, it's like I read it and I kind of know about the story, but every article that I try to use for reference, they tend to be trying to ask me to pay for some shit, like right when it's time to present it. So I don't know if it's because, I got one of my phones kind of got like jailbroken or something. But when I get on my computer, it be asking me all types of shit, man. So anyway, it's all good because I got a back article here. Plus, I'm the one reading it anyway. Y'all don't want to see that bullshit. So anyway, boom. It says Little Rock police have arrested Danny Brown, who was wanted for his connection to a homicide that occurred on March the 27th. Let me tell you about let's talk about what happened on March 27th. The Little Rock, oh shit, I done dropped my cigar. Now it says the Little Rock police are searching for a 37-year-old suspect wanted in connection to a homicide that happened on Monday. Mind you, this was a couple years ago. Police said Danny Brown is wanted for capital murder and may be armed, according to authorities. Danny is wanted for the shooting death of Edwina Brown. Now it says police originally responded to the 4704 Fairleigh Drive for a shooting call for service at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Damn. Now it says when officers arrived, police said they found Miss Brown inside the residence, suffering from an apparent gunshot wounds. She was transported to the local hospital where she died, according to police. Now then, of course, there was an active warrant. Mind you, it took a little time. It takes some time to it takes them some time to basically arrest him and apprehend him. But see, there's another portion of this story that is not being addressed. And I'll show y'all the top of this article. Not so much because I want y'all to read it for yourselves, per se, but only because, like, I don't know why this story is hidden so much. I almost believe that, you know, it's almost like the little AI situation. You know, they started to post a lot of this AI and stuff like that. And because they're trying to skew people's point of reference. A lot of these times, too, y'all, when y'all be on Facebook and on Instagram and on these social media accounts and y'all be arguing with people, and you kind of wonder, like, why some people just automatically egg you on and you look at their accounts. Some of these are bots, man. Just know sometimes you be arguing with bots. That's why y'all don't see me argue in Facebook groups, argue with people. I just post, I say what I gotta say, and keep it pushing. I ain't going back and forth to too many people. Why? I don't even know if you're a real person. Straight up and down. I don't even know if you're a real person. I'm up here arguing with you. Fucking arguing with a damn T1000, bro. You know? Shit. Now, with that being said, I almost feel like they were hiding this situation here. But I'm going to share it for y'all just so y'all can see. Look. Do y'all see where this says in this article? I read it aloud. He killed her boyfriend and tried to kill her once before. Then she married him and he finally killed her.
It's all bullshit. All of it.
Okay, I'll reload it.
Well, this is a story of Edwina Martin, a 37-year-old mother of two who was in an abusive marriage to her husband, 37-year-old Danny Brown. Yo, really?
Stop the cap.
Now it says 37-year-old Danny Brown, 11 years. Now listen to this. 11 years ago, when they two were just dating, Edwina broke off the relationship with Danny and started dating a new man. Upset after the breakup, Danny allegedly hired two hitmen to kill Edwina and her new boyfriend. Yes, you heard it. You heard it right. Her and her new boyfriend.
Candyman,
bitch. Tragically, her boyfriend at the time died at the scene, and Edwina, who was also shot multiple times, survived her injuries. Edwina refused to cooperate with authorities, and they dropped all charges against Danny. Against the advice of loved ones, she rekindled her relationship with him, and 2 weeks after the hit, they will get married, bruh. You heard me? Married. Now, Sally, 12 years later, Sally, 12 years later, after the first attempted hit on her life, Danny would again shoot her, and she would this time tragically pass away.
We hear you looking for Candyman, bitch.
Sadly, yo, this is like the best news ever. Yo, salute. You know what? Look, we do not condone violence at all here in the Righteous Fear. We do not condone violence here in the Cali West Miami show. But yo, the chickens come home to roost. What can we say? What can I say?
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Now it says tragically, Now it says this. Then look, and then they try. And at this point, the article is trying to tell me more about her, and they're trying to talk about her situation, about how she got 4 children on her mother, blah, 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 blah. And my response to that, yo, is
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Yo, let's go to this chat. Now, let's see here. Bob Dabolino from Facebook. Salute to Bob Dabolino. He be doing the Lord's work on Facebook. Shit, sometimes I get some of my ideas for my show from him talking his shit on Facebook. So salute to Bob Dabolino. He says, fast tattooed Pookie, this should be good. Oh, it's gonna be good. Little Rock, Arkansas, another per capita FBA homicide capital of the U.S. Facts. Now, Bob Dabolino then says, Danny Brown, I'm surprised he didn't have one of those, Wamet Travius type names. Well, right. right. Well, the dude, I think the dude who did that, that dude from that New Orleans robbery, I think he has a Don Travius type of name, though. Now, Man Support Man says bots and trolls. Facts, man. Yeah, you know, that's why I don't even argue. Just post your shit and, move on, G. A Man Support Man. Now, Bob Dabolino says, nothing says I love you like putting a hit on your woman. Hey, facts. All facts.
You ain't lying.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, these women, they don't want roses. They want that clip. They want that magazine round. Bob Dabolino says there's not farms. He said there's not farms out there. Right. Yeah, man. Hey, shit. I remember in the early 90s, before I even knew what Little Rock, Arkansas was, Bill Clinton came from Little Rock. But he came from, I guess, the good part. And Little Rock, Arkansas is just a podunk town. Yeah, man. Bob Dabolino says, what's up with the demographic and her addiction to high breastophilia? We don't discuss that enough. Yeah. Hybrostophilia is basically when women are attracted to bad boys, They're attracted to dudes who are essentially no good. And there's something that's essentially, what's going on? Okay. See, I was cruising up. There's something that's just definitely perpetuated in the Black community. Like, for example, I was saying this to my homeboy the other day, you know what I'm saying? My boy, D, you know what I'm saying? My boy Decorum, he was giving me a lot of good advice, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube. With that being said, I actually mentioned to him, I said, if Black women truly do not like the negative things that are said about them, like, for example, it is to be said that Black women are very masculine. Not all. When I say Black women, I'm not saying all Black women, but enough Black women to have this conversation. Black women tend to be very masculine, very masculine, combative, and just all around, just not very nice. And a lot of what Black women will get into my comments. They'll get up on my videos. They'll even get they'll go and say I'm generalizing Black women. This blah 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 blah. And my argument to them would be, Black women, if you believe that Black men or even society or white America is even basically making lies about you, your stereotypes, then why do y'all not only allow Hollywood to portray y'all in a certain light, willing participants by even accepting these roles of what they're doing, as well as the fact that sisters would even go as far as to even make their own shows that perpetuate the same stereotypes that they claim is not true. Explain that. Now, let's go back to this histophilia point. I'm going to play this video for everyone who didn't see it.
About the woman who was arrested for helping one of the New Orleans prisoners escape, even though she is the reason he was in jail in the first place. 32-year-old Anthony Massey was one of 10 men who broke out of a New Orleans jail 2 weeks ago. And police believe Anthony was a ringleader in organizing the jailbreak, including allegedly threatening one of the maintenance workers to cut off the water behind the toilet so that they could disconnect the toilet from the wall and escape behind it. And their plan worked, but police say he had other help. An unidentified 21-year-old woman was arrested in aiding his escape. And the wild part is Anthony Massey was arrested on March 25th for domestic abuse involving this woman. Her injuries were so brutal that he sent her to the hospital. The police reports state that the attack began at her house in Slidell when he went through her purse and he saw paperwork related to a restraining order that she had filed against him. When Anthony Massey saw those notes, he became so angry that he beat her, strangled her, forced her into a car, and made her drive into the darkest streets in New Orleans East, all the while telling her that he was going to kill her. The reports state that when they reached the McDonald's on Elysian Fields, she saw a police car, so she jumped out of the car, but he caught her, dragged her back to the car, and began to strangle her until she became unconscious. Then he took her to his sister's house, and she was there crying from pain from all of her injuries. And he got mad because she was too loud. So he grabbed her by the hair and ripped out her braids, smearing blood all over the walls. She eventually escaped and made it to the hospital, where she was in serious condition, but she spoke to the police, and they arrested him. But as soon as he got comfortable in jail while waiting for his trial, police say there were records of her calling him again. And even on the night of the mass jailbreak, the two communicated. Anthony Massey was in jail on charges that include rape and kidnapping her, yet she is still currently known as his girlfriend. The only reason her identity is being hidden is because she's listed as a domestic violence victim. And now she is behind bars on charges of principal to aggravated escape and obstruction of justice for helping him to escape while he's still on the loose. And sources say this is his fourth time escaping the law. He's even been known to break off his ankle monitors as soon as they put him on his leg. The fact that he's one of the last two inmates still on the loose says a lot about him. What kind of love is this? Leave a comment to let me know. I'm Tierka with the T.
But guess what? Women are still going to say that she's just a victim.
You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
She was such a victim that even though he was in jail behind the fact that he did that to her, somehow he was still victimizing her through the phone.
Stop the cap.
And what's ironic is we don't even know who she was or even how she looked because of how the fact that they have like rape victims and stuff like that and domestic violence victims, that they keep it secret. And the truth is, you should have the right to you should have a right to address your accuser. Now, Bob Dapolino says Black women are masculine and aggressive. They do that on purpose because of a lack of respect for us. Those very same hyenas don't act that way at their job with Zaddy. Facts. You know what? It's funny that you mention that because, you know, when Black women date white men, they know they have to be on their best behavior. And see, I ain't gonna lie, I love this camera, but so every now and then just get out of focus. I kind of wonder if, and it's crazy because I have pretty good lighting, because even my background look good, but damn. I wonder why it does that. Oh, see? It's like when I got off and then get back on and got back on focus. That's crazy. Okay. Well, at least I learned a new trick. Bob Dabolino. I'm glad that you bring that up. Because here goes another clip I got to show y'all that totally ties into what we are just discussing right now about Zaddy. And we're going to deep dive into this conversation. I guess now that I'm not going through the technical difficulties, I guess this is going to be a little bit of a discussion. I guess I ain't going to go to bed that early. After all. Because I have a video that goes towards this same exact point, Mrs. Bob Dabolino.
Tell y'all some of the rules I have that he has for me. I'm going to tell y'all some of the rules I have that he has for me. I wrote them down on a paper, so, I wouldn't stumble. But one of the rules, I think this is the main one, I'm not allowed to have man friends, unless they're gay.
Nope, not at all. Not allowed.
I'm not allowed to go without a brassiere in public.
Nope. Unless it's special date night or at the swimming pool. That's it.
This is my favorite rule, but I'm not allowed to work. He doesn't allow me to work.
Nope, I don't need no men trying to hold conversations with my wife at work. Not gonna happen.
One of my other rules that I don't really like, but I have to cook at least 3 days a week.
Keep me fed.
Normally, he only makes me cook like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for the most part.
Thursday,
sometimes Thursday. But I have to cook.
But she can cook good, so it's a win-win.
It's not a win for me because I want to be skinny. I don't eat. I mean, I think the other one, which is kind of, I guess like the same one, men aren't allowed in the house.
Nope. And if it's a repairman, my children will be there to make sure.
Well, other than like my brother and my dad,
yeah,
but other than that, they're
not allowed a foot in my house. Nope. Not gonna happen. Because I got my 3 little bodyguards to let me know.
Those are the rules he has for me. I really don't mind them. So.
That's how you have a good relationship.
Hey. Now, I'll say this much. To bro, hey, salute. We're gonna talk about the whole Zaddy situation in a second. But look, there I see a man who is not gonna accept any bullshit. So hey, whether she's white or black or Spanish or whatever, you definitely want to be with a woman who's willing to, co-sign to what you got to say. Because from what he sound like, I mean, I don't know him from a can of paper, but from what he sound like he mean business. Now, back to Bob Dabolino's point, though. Black women are masculine and aggressive. They do that on purpose because of a lack of respect for us. Those very same hyenas don't act that way at their job or Zaddy. Well, let's talk about that, Bob Dabolino. I will argue that Black women are probably more feminist than the original feminists, which were white women. Yo, before the Civil Rights Bill went into power, do y'all know that they had pilot programs for welfare for Black people in the late 50s? There's an old Black man that I showed on this show who basically expressed about how essentially a white woman came to his house when his dad was not home and basically told him about how if she basically got rid of the man, she could basically sign up for this welfare program, welfare has always been around for white people. That's actually why, the truth is, the reason why the government was so quick to give Black people welfare or Black women welfare is because they know the devastating effects of welfare. They know, the white people who are on welfare, we're going to keep them in Little Rock, Arkansas. We're going to keep them in, Baton Rouge, and we're going to keep them stuck in these podunk towns like, Milwaukee and stuff like that. We're going to put them, hide them in certain places that we don't want these type of people at. Saying they want welfare, right? Because essentially, if you want to take a handout, you basically ain't shit. You feel me? Let's just be real. I'm not saying that nothing's wrong with getting help. I'm not saying that people don't get help. Shit, people help me all the time. You know what I'm saying? To this day, I still get help from people. But at the same time, I still have something to contribute. You feel me? I'm not getting shit for free. Everything I get, I essentially earn. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, so they knew the toxicity of a woman being on welfare. And they knew the power, you know what I'm saying, in letting someone be on welfare. Now, with that being said, Bob Dabalino, you know, the black man has always had it tough in America. You know, especially if, you know, you come from a slave class, you had to, you know, come from nothing to something. And now it's very hard for black men, especially with, you know, the economy and things of that such, you know, not including the fact that, you know, I hate to say this, but, you know, the black woman, they got to see us disrespected and basically treated like a boy on the plantation. That is not a forgotten history. Just because in 1865 they said, "Oh, well, black people are free" or whatever. In 1867, whatever it was when Emancipation Proclamation happened, when that happened, you know, the black woman didn't forget that. Oh, Master Buck broke, you know, saying the biggest, you know, saying the biggest, buffest slave, the biggest, buffest stud on the plantation, just to show all the other women on that damn plantation who was really the head boss. You know, like, you know, so this is deep and ingrained in the culture, Hence why, you know, even in Jamaica, even though Jamaica has slaves and stuff, and you know, all these most of these black countries were enslaved states. Now, with that being said, even though, you know, some Jamaican women might have their own little problems with Jamaican men, I can't believe that maybe there's maybe a little bit more respect, only because maybe, you know, they got to see Jamaican men, they fought against, you know, saying their oppressor. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. But I could definitely argue that the fact that, you know, what they've seen on the plantation is something that's still being played out till today. Now, Bobby Avelino says the New Orleans escapees prove that FBA women as a group prefer prison pookies versus a productive black man. Facts. And it's funny because it's funny that you bring that up, right? Because on one of my posts, Bob Dabalino, I brought up, one of my posts, I post on my page about the whole Cooking with Kaya, about the video that I posted last night. And, you know, one of our mutual bros, he basically was saying to me that, you know, it was right that Cooking with Kaya basically broke up with that dude, because basically that dude is not really, you know, he's not really where, you know, he's not really, you know, really doing it big right now. Look at this. He's at the position that you will expect a 23-year-old dude to be, you know, probably just, you know, probably a product of a single mom, you know, and he's just trying to get his footing. You know, he's trying to do the social media shit, and he actually has a following, actually. So, you know, it's not that he's not a complete bum or anything, to be honest. But based off our mutual friend, he basically believes that, you know, she could go get better. And, you know, I could probably argue that I believe Cooking with Kaya could probably maybe even land herself maybe an NBA dude. But guess what? You know, is she savvy enough to pull that off? You know what I'm saying? Is she savvy enough to end up with an NBA husband, or, you know, someone influential? Based off of the red flags that I see from her, no. Yeah, she might look good and she might cook some food or whatever, and she might portray being a submissive woman. But at the end of the day, like I said, even a submissive woman would still monkey branch to a bigger and better deal. Even means some bigger and better dick. Even something as a bigger following. You know, they are advantageous. Now, you know, our mutual friend, he basically said to me, like, "Oh, what do I want Cooking with Kai to end up a single mother? No, I don't want Kai to end up Cooking with Kai to end up a single mother. But the way she's going with how she basically disrespected old boy and basically cheated on him in front of the world to see, you know, I know she's not gonna go, you know, with her mindset, if of how she played that out is her mindset. I mean, it's not even if. It's not even if, it's for sure. Because you judge people based off of the actions and what they do. Based on how she did old boy. Whether they was really officially together or not, But the fact that she was still taking that dude's dick and then still disrespecting him in front of the whole world like that, it just goes to show that her character is not in the right place. With that being said, and with the dude that she cheated with too, I'm not saying that the dude was, I guess, the dude, I guess, has more followers than the other dude over there, right? I forgot who the other dude was. And she was like on his dick or whatever, right? And I don't know if it's because of his following. I don't know if it's because she was just attracted to him more. But at the end of the day, if she just keep on going, that we've seen this play out many, many times again. Cooking Kai is probably going to end up being a single mother before she's going to end up being a wife to an influential brother. And old boy was saying that, he feel that she could get, a good dude before 30. She can, but what are the chances of that? Bob Dabolino says, wait a minute. She filed a restraining order against him. He found it, beat her, made her drive around while beating her, took her to his family's home, beat her. Around beating her. He took her to the family's home, beat her again, right? Some more. She went to the hospital, spoke to the cops, had him arrested, and was addicted to Pookie dick so much that she helped him escape. This is an apex FBA Pookie culture, and exactly why those women must be avoided. Oh, sheesh. Oh. Now, a man supporting man says cleavage on display with her man. Hey, it is what it is. Let's just be real, man. Let's just be real. We don't want our woman looking like a slut, but at the same time, I mean, if your woman got some nice ass titties, it's kind of weird. It's like I wouldn't want her dressed like that around when I wasn't there, but if I'm regular there, I don't know. I kind of guess like I wouldn't mind, other people and other women seeing I got a sexy big-breasted woman with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Here's the thing. I'm a little liberal when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but within the same parameters of how he basically has it. Shit, you can dress like that with me. Bob Dabolino says if a black woman asks her to follow those rules, we'd be called controlling. Facts. Well, Bob Dabolino, that's one of the reasons why the black community has a problem with age-appropriate relationships. The reason why the black community has a problem with age-appropriate relationships is because, let's be real, black women want the black community to be that matriarchy. Even if black women want to be married, they still want to be the one to control the household. Prime example, the show Everybody Hates Chris. So I don't know. See the thing, Chris Rock, he's so busy. Even though he might have been narrating the show, you think Chris Rock had time to go nitpick through the script? I truly believe that there's a lot of things in Everybody Hates Chris where Chris Rock did not have full control over. But dude, let's just be real, yo. Rochelle was a toxic ass bitch, bruh. Rochelle was a toxic mom. Let's just be real. She never appreciated what's his name, Julius or whatever his name, or whatever the dad's name, the buff guy. She didn't appreciate him to his face, but she wouldn't keep a job because guess what? She knew that her man had 2 jobs. But guess what? You think she'll, treat him like a king because he had 2 jobs? Huh?
Nope.
No, she just used to undermine him about spending money, even though he was the cheapest motherfucker on earth. But then she'll be spending his money on some bullshit.
You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
So yo, black women can't really be mad about the negative stereotypes that they have because guess what? When they have creative input and making shows, they make shows like Power. They make shows like with Tyler Perry. They make all types of shows that still perpetuate, the fact that they are very, very combative and, they have a problem with black men, unfortunately. They have a problem with the same men that they end up raising. and birthing. A man support man says gay male best friends can't be trusted either. Right. Oh, because guess what, man? Look, man, these girls, man, they sleep with their gay best friends too. That's another topic at hand too. Them sleeping with their gay best friends. Bob Dabellino says ADC says aid for dependent children was originally for farmers when their crops went bad, so that their kids wouldn't starve. The end of ACP far for us to have access to it, and that was a massive mistake. Yo, facts. And you know what? It's funny that you mention that too, because I think you technically can be married and actually get welfare benefits, right? Technically, you can be married and get welfare benefits. But guess what? The reason why you don't see most married couples on welfare benefits is because of the fact that the reason why the women get on the welfare benefits is to have an independence from said man.
You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
Right. So, it's really crazy how things kind of come full circle and stuff like that. It really crazy how things come full circle. JJ Dealer says to Lucy Kelly West in the chat, sorry I'm late, man. You right on time, brother. Miami Man comes through. Oh, shit. Miami Man. Salute to Miami Man. Another member of the free agent lifestyle. Salute. I appreciate you checking in, G. Yeah, man. Thanks for checking in, my bro. Shit. You got a channel too? I might have to check you out, bro. I heard your chat name in the chat on CGA's channel. Now, JJ Diesel says, remember that you can't trust the succubus. A harlot will always expose herself in due time. Yo, JJ Diesel, man, wise words being spoken, bro.
He ain't lying.
JJ Diesel says, according to the Bible, us men are going to be like gold. Well, these are truly lost days, and the females are hopelessly lost. They're getting more desperate every day. They are. Now, a man supported man says, don't forget the mom in good times, holding James back from money came ups just for her to marry a scammer in the end. LOL. Facts. Yo, man support man, I might have to have an episode that's just purely centered around how black women let, TV. Now, how basically black women, not even allowed, black women endorse negative stereotypes on TV. Because they endorse it. They literally endorse it. You know what show I hated in the 80s? And it was kind of one of the starts. Well, it was one of the earlier starts of this, this neutered man, but, the black woman, they're the boss. Was that show 227. Some of y'all young cats, y'all too young to remember, but it was this boring ass show. They used to come on in the 80s. If you're a black American, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. That show 227. And remember 227 had that big titty black woman on there. Now I ain't gonna lie, I actually think she was actually sexy. And guess what? She was that was the true definition of thick. I don't know if y'all remember that. Hold up, 227. Now, I can honestly say this was the definition of thick. Let me show y'all this real quick. Yo, for everyone in the 80s, everybody, for all y'all 80s, 70s babies who y'all remember, this was 227. Hold up. Why ain't it showing? That's crazy because I just had it up. Okay, maybe I need to do it again. But this show right here, y'all. 227. Look, they got the Steve Harvey looking ass ninja. Yo, This ninja was Steve Harvey before there was Steve Harvey. Look, this ninja right here. This dude right here, 227. This is right here. Yo, she was thick right here. Do y'all remember her name? Because I ain't gonna lie, I don't really remember her name like that. But let me see if I can remember. Was that Jackie Harry? Badabolino? Was that Jackie Harry? But I ain't gonna lie, I hated that show. But I will honestly say, yo, that is Jackie Harry. Okay. I can honestly say that even though I hated that show, looking at her made it kind of watchable. Like, I always kind of thought she was kind of cute. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yo, Jackie Harry, bruh, y'all. This was thick back in the day. This was a big girl back in the day, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong. Am I wrong? She was a big girl back in the day. Jackie Harry. That was probably as big as men probably has gone. Like, she was still sexy, but that was a voluptuous, thick woman. That was a thick woman. That is a thick woman right there. Oh boy. Bob Dabolino says she was fucking Ray J recently. Oh my God. I don't know. Man, but yo, I seen how she looked now. Bruh. I mean, if I was an older man, if I was in my 60s, 70s, her age, I mean, yeah, I'd bag her. Damn, Ray J. Ray J, you down bad, Ray J. Damn, from Whitney to Jackie Harry. Sheesh. Now, Bob Dabolino says 227 was a gynocentric matriarchal TV show. Marla Gibbs ran the house. The father played the yes man role, right? Steve Harvey ass ninja. Old woman Pearl was nosy in everyone's business, right? And Jackie Harry played the sapphire role. Oh, was she a sapphire? I thought she was a floozy. Was she a sapphire? You know what? Damn, I ain't gonna have to make me really revisit that show. I just thought that she was just a little bit of a hoochie mama. Or is a sapphire basically a hoochie mama? Because I heard sapphire. I thought sapphire was kind of like a black woman had a lot of sass. And maybe she did have a lot of sass too. I mean, now I think about it. Maybe. JJ, this is I remember that show. Then Bob Darlena said she could get on a slow Tuesday. Right. Like, look, she's not ugly. Like, hey, you know what's so crazy? I'm sure she probably had some type of work done. But you know, I mean, for her age, bruh. Yeah, I guess she's all right, bro. I mean, it is what it is. You know? It is what it is. JJ Deezer says she played in one of those Friday movies. She played a freak. LOL. Yo, all right, check this out. Either she played the freak on Friday, but there's a woman who looks just like her. Cause I think Jackie Harry, I think she's Black American, but there's a woman who looks just like her, but she's actually Caribbean. Hold on, let's see here. Jackie, let's see. Jackie Harry. Look, this chick looks just like Jackie Harry. Jackie Harry look like, let's see here. Okay, boom. Look who she looks like. Y'all see this? Me growing up thinking Jackie Harry and Kim Whitley were the same person. Do y'all see that? Yo, the chick from Friday, I bet you is not. I think it is. It's Kim Whitley. I bet you Kim Whitley is the one from Friday. See? Now we got to find out. Damn. I'm really at this like I don't have to be at work tomorrow. Kim Whitley. Yeah. Yep. I knew it. I knew it. See? Man, look, this is so fun, though, talking about this shit. Look, this is Kim Whitley. This is the one for Friday. Look. This is the one for Friday. And yes. And guess what? With all due respect, yes. I thought it was her too. Honestly. I thought it was her too. No lie. I thought, look, real talk. I thought there was the same chick too. No cap. I thought that was the same chick. I thought it was the same chick. But no. Yes. Jackie Harry and Kip Whitley. Their names even rhyme. Their names even sound similar. Like how I roll off your tongue, similar. Almost the same amount of symbols. Jackie, Kim Whitley, Jackie Harry. But the way it rolls off your tongue is similar almost. Like the last name is a little bit like. Yep. Bob Davalina says, damn, I forgot about her. Right. Hey, exactly.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
JJD says, twins? LOL. Literally. And Man Support Man said, no, that's another woman on Friday. They said, JJD said she was definitely a sassy freak. LOL. Okay. So I stand corrected. So I guess that's what a sapphire is. JJD is when she played one of the Friday movies. She played the freak. Oh, okay, I already played that already. But yeah, y'all. Real talk. Hey, salute to the righteous spirit. Y'all boys is on it tonight. But yo, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit, man. Y'all having some fun and y'all enjoying the content. Please let it be known. Yeah. But but yeah, man, but like in a lot of those shows, a lot of these black TV shows, they basically supported how they look. And yes, the Man Support Man, we did see the movie Claudine, but Claudine, but here's the thing, Claudine, other than the fact that she was on welfare, she was a pretty decent little chick. It's just that, here's the thing, Claudine, there's a lot of truth in the fiction of Claudine because, there's a lot of truth in the fiction. And guess what? And here's the other two. I didn't ever see Claudine at the bitter end, but if I'm not mistaken, didn't he marry Claudine in the end and got the kids out the ghetto or something like that? But Claudine, was essentially about a welfare queen and essentially about a man who was trying to avoid being married to her, trying to stay off the welfare. And dude, she had too many kids. Yes, a Man Supported Man said too many kids, no sir. And listen to this. A Man Supported Man, you bring up a good fact. In Claudine, do you remember, even though old boy was trying to do right by her, he was like, taking care, he was like looking out for the kids on the street and stuff when he'll like see the kids on the street, like, acting up and stuff. As a matter of fact, one of the sons approached him and was like, oh, count your days, especially because he was fucking his mom. So basically he was getting threatened by the kid who he was essentially going to have to basically look out for. Because here's the thing, even though he might have been older, older kids rarely leave home. Even if they do leave home, they still come around. Now, Bob Davalino says Claudine had a lot of stereotypes in that movie. Like when she was riding the bus to work, her girlfriend were talking about fucking Manny Man. Facts. And stereotypes, or was it indicative of the facts? Because I don't think if it was a lie, black women should have been outside the movie theaters protesting, but they weren't. They only just picked up a lot of things they've seen. Like, for example, Brewster Street. In Brewster Street, if I'm not mistaken, Oprah Winfrey was in Brewster Street, wasn't she? The same chick who was in A Color Purple. Now, Brewster Street, basically, she ended up getting knocked up by some dude, and she wouldn't tell her daddy. Her daddy ended up like basically beating her. Not beating her, like he didn't beat her to like he was trying to beat her to death, but he did slap her around like who got you knocked up, because essentially, if you're pregnant and you got a baby, who else is gonna have to raise that kid but him? So he want to know who the fuck is responsible for this baby, so he can make him pay for this child. You dig? But guess what? Guess what? She resisted her daddy and said, "I'm not gonna tell you. I ain't telling you." She had to move from home because guess what? Ain't no way she was gonna live under that roof. And guess what? The mama ended up pulling the gun out on her daddy. Y'all remember that? And guess what? She decided to go be a single mother. And ultimately, she ended up being a single mother only to end up her son end up being basically a victim of the circumstances. Either he went to jail or he was facing going to jail and he ran away from the, from the law. But essentially, the kid grew up, ended up being, ended up not being shit. So her old ass decided that she was gonna move to Brewster Street and be with a bunch of other single black women. And basically they had to deal with the fact of not having a man. You know what? Brewster Street was, here's the thing. There's a lot of things you can take away from Brewster Street if y'all ever seen Brewster Street. Shit, I got people going to sleep because I had a few people. I had probably a little bit more people before, but yeah, y'all look like y'all going to sleep on me. Y'all going to sleep on your boy. It'd be like that. All right, so I'm about to share a couple of clips with y'all. Because like I said, I do have to go to work in the morning. So, but we will, address some clips. Have a couple laughs on the way out. I think XL Pro sent this to me. Check it.
Other date. A very good-looking millionaire, but he cheats on you, or a normal guy that is loyal to you?
If the million...
Hold up.
Man.
Would you rather date a very good-looking millionaire, but he cheats on you, or a normal guy that is loyal to you?
Hold up. Yo, I hate to interrupt a show or interrupt my point, but we have to address this little part about what we were just talking about with these shows. Because Bob that balloon addressed a good fact about Claudine. He says Claudine also exposes how social workers will come to the home and snoop around and looking for the signs that there was a man around or if the women were living beyond their means. Facts. They definitely showed what they had to deal with. And essentially, when a woman decides that she's going to take welfare, she essentially is accepting the fact that she's going to have two daddies and two mamas. Well, I know it's ironic. Those same social workers used to come to the house. They were married to men who they wanted their men to see them as equal. And let's just be real. You know how you hear about 106,000 black women have lost their jobs and stuff like that? The reason why that's happening is because we're coming to a new age. A lot of these jobs that people have been phased out, not only by the fact that we had the whole Corona situation, but also for the fact that now we're in a new age of AI. A lot of these jobs were basically essentially welfare jobs. And so why do you think people who do social work don't get paid much? It's essentially a social work job. And essentially, with these social work jobs, a lot of these women are losing it. So I noticed, even when I told y'all earlier that, a woman approached me at the laundromat, like I truly believe, like I forgot who said it, but one of y'all said that these women are getting desperate. They actually are, because, that chick essentially hit on me, her and her homegirl. And I can honestly say that I really truly believe that her homegirl wanted to smash. I like her homegirl was definitely, well, they both were sexually interested in me, but I could definitely tell her homegirl definitely wanted it, bro. But shit, I don't remember last time I think a chick has hit on me like that. Oh shit, it's been a while. But yeah, these chicks are getting desperate because guess what? Things are getting tough. They kind of want to hey, Justin, they want a man to come and pay them bills. A man support man says social worker, aka social police. Facts. Facts. Because how else is she gonna get off of welfare unless she starts dating again or at least get back on her feet? And guess what? But here's what the truth is: most women on welfare, they don't want to go on their feet. Bob Belinda said it's 10 out here in the West Coast, so I know it's hella late over there. Facts, it's 109 over here in Miami, G. You already know, G. A man support man says she put them scissors in the socket. Hey, you sure did. You sure did. Now, yeah, man. Look, at the end of the day, yeah, that's why a lot of men, when they finally get the money and they get the means, they don't even date sisters. Not so much that, oh, we hate sisters, because deep down, black men actually do like sisters. And I do believe that one of the reasons why black women, find it hard to date other races is because they actually truly are attracted to sisters. And plus, let's get real. A lot of black men don't want to disrespect their mama. And I was one of those dudes. I was one of those dudes who I didn't want to disappoint my mama. But shit, my mama can't live my life. My mama, can't take care of me. She can't, know what's right for me. Shit. My mama probably barely know what's good for herself. But guess what? That's not just my situation. That's every black man's situation. Yet, we are more concerned about what our mama will look at us how we date. Ain't that crazy? Shit crazy. Because your mama ain't gonna stop you she ain't gonna save you from child support. As a matter of fact, your mama's probably the one who's gonna be more inclined to tell you to go pay that child support. Just go ahead. Just pay the child support.
Would you rather date a very good-looking millionaire, but he cheats on you, or a normal guy that is loyal to you?
If the millionaire man, if he do it, but I don't see it, it's okay. Oh, it's okay.
So you just don't want to see it.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Yo, you know how she's trying to put the disclaimer just as long as you don't see it? She a goddamn lie. Yo, the question was very specific. A millionaire who cheats or a normal dude who doesn't? She would rather be with the millionaire who cheats, bruh. Hands down. Hands down. And guess what? She will be the one who's gonna, participate in the threesomes, in the orgies, and the freak offs. Shout out to Diddy. Pause. You've seen this in the P. Diddy and Cassie case. Man, look, I'm gonna say this right now, man. If you got enough pull and you're just honest, like not even so much honesty is the best policy. Man, look, you tell women that you got other women, they can either get down or lay down. Especially if you're paying the bills. Bob Dabellina said that's how the gynocracy works. Only we black men are concerned with what our female family members think. Facts. Dude, I want someone to challenge me and say that that's not true. Because it's all fucking true. It's all fucking true. It's so true. If you listen to black men say certain things when they talk, they even say, my mama said, or for example, a lot of black men like their mama said, or my mama said, I see my mama, I see my mama, I see my mama. And man support says, man don't cheat. Bob Dabellina says, I've asked pro-black women with sons, would you feel comfortable sending your son out here to deal with the average black woman? and most either go silent or say they're looking to arrange their son's marriage. That tells you all you need to know about Black women. Sheesh.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Yo, you know what's crazy? Look, it's to the point that I have nothing against Black women at all, but you know when things are bad, when other Black women hold other Black women accountable. You know things are bad when you start hearing other Black women holding other Black women accountable. It's to the point that other sisters even speaking of it. I don't know if it's because they got sons, they got fathers or brothers who, who done had it bad. But yo, it's pretty obvious. Where's that clip that I wanted to show? This clip might have a home. I might have to save this in my video live feed. But there's this video where this woman, she says everything that people need to hear. Where's it at? Come on, come on. Oh, okay. Come on. Where's it at? It's a must share. Damn, I just had it the other day too. I'm not going too far back. But I have to address it since we're talking about this. Damn, I ain't gonna lie. There's so many videos that I haven't shared with y'all. This is crazy. It's so crazy how I got these videos that I haven't shared with y'all. I might have to go through my videos and we might have to go through some of these videos. But there's a video that I wanted to address. Damn, where's it at? Come on. But it ties along. It ties along with what we're discussing tonight. You know what? If y'all got time, I got time. Fuck it. Let's see here. What I'm mad about is I just played it the other day and now I can't find it. Now when I need it, I can't find it. But it was a powerful message that went along with these lines of what we're discussing. Oh, come on. Come on. No, you know what? We're not moving from this point until I find this and we address this. I believe that this will cover some ground on what we're talking about. Because I like to show examples of things that we talk about. I think that makes this show very entertaining. But you know what? This is not even a video that I was gonna play, but it kind of ties on to what we're talking about now. Check it.
That cannot be controlled by pussy holds the most value, straight up. Because some bitches really do think that their pussy is everything. They have absolutely nothing of value to contribute to a relationship or a man who has everything that they need. Why would a stable man who, has his own house, his own car, a good job, and, his own money, his own motion completely, what the fuck do he have to listen to a bitch who really have nothing going on but pussy for herself? Certain bitches look for those type of men who lack all of those things because control. Puppet master. She could pull your strings. Or you not listening or you not acting right. Bitch, get out.
Yo, is she lying though? Is she lying? She ain't lie. Yo, you can call her anything you want. She ain't lie though. She ain't lie. And that's so crazy how I had see how the devil's a lie. I mean, I guess I can't I can't blame the devil for everything. You feel me? But it's like I'm trying to show y'all this video that ties into what we're talking about, and then I can't find it. See, now, if I don't, and mind you, this video has been in my rotation. This video has been in my rotation like at least 3 times, and now I can't find it at all on my damn computer. But I really want to address it because I feel like, damn, it just lands us a good point in what we was just talking about tonight. Because tonight, y'all, we cooking with hot grease tonight, y'all. Right? We're cooking with hot grease. Okay, y'all. At least I at least made the attempt, bro. But here's another video that ties along to what we talk about. And with that being said, somebody else in the comment section said, Bob Avelina says a Serbian posted that 5 black men from the Black Manosphere Conclave have gotten married to African women from their motherland. That's more marriages in 4 years than the FBA have in over a decade. That proves we passport desire black women and pro-wax need to focus on why they lack bringing together black men and black women. Ooh. Do I have anything to kind of to play in regard to that? I sure do.
Passport bros found a wife yet? Because that's what y'all kept on telling us that y'all was going over there for. We knew y'all was lying, but that's what y'all said.
Why did I move here? I guess it was the weather. Or I don't know, that thing, that magic.
See, you know, since they're so focused on what black men are doing, they should be more focused on what they're doing. And, you know, they do what they're supposed to do. They'll go get themselves a good black woman. And shit, and I ain't gonna lie, no cap. I wouldn't even care if a woman got herself a good white man or a good Spanish man. Any type of man. A man could be all fucking purple. I don't give a damn. But guess what? Black women more focused on what black men are doing. And that's only out of desperation. That's only out of desperation. That's kind of one of the reasons why black men kind of complain about black women too. I feel like it's a form of desperation to kind of try to complain about sisters. I just tell brothers how it is. That way they can move on and they can move on to bigger and better things. Not saying that a sister cannot be part of those bigger and better things, but at least they'll get together with a sister who is at least willing to compete against white women and Spanish women for your love and your protection. And when I say love, I'm talking about your money and your security. Let's just be real. What's this? Yo, do you see the look on his face, bro?
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Bruh. You know what? This is why strong fathers are needed. That would have been grounds to not even get married, bruh. That would be grounds to not get married, G. Straight up.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
You could tell the look on that man's face that he was not expecting her to be wearing that. She said, "Oh, I got me a gown. Do you want to look? Oh, you got a gown, right?" She said, "You got a gown. I got a gown. Oh, really? Is it nice? Yeah. Oh, I wanted to put it on right now because it's gonna take too long to put on and get situated in." Oh, okay, baby, I'm sure you got something that was good, looking good. And guess what? On the fucking wedding day, this bitch come out looking like this, bruh. What the fuck, yo?
What kind of shit is that?
Dude. I just wouldn't have got married that motherfucking day.
It's an evil world we live in.
And I ain't gonna lie. Maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I would have been that goofy ass nigga and I would have still probably married that bitch. I probably still would have married that bitch. But guess what? Bruh. Man, he might want to go get that fucking marriage annulled. Bob Dabolino says she's for the streets. Man, at this point, she's for the galaxy. You came to your wedding day looking like a fucking straight prostitute.
She won't put that pussy on me, put it on me.
Like, is this for like a porno and like, is this for like a promo in like the DR or something like that? Because goddamn, bro.
Emotional damage.
Whew. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Emotional damage. You want some therapy?
Shit. Man, let's see here. Oh, here goes something along the lines of what we were talking about before.
So this is something that I honestly been pondering on actually for a few years now. I remember what the Bible said about women and you know, like the evil spirit, what the Bible says about the Jezebel spirit and, you know, things I see that women do, things I know and heard that women do. The paternity issue, how these women lay next to a man for years, looking a kid in the eyes for years, knowing there's no relation, how good men get stomped out, how kids are just used for a check. I've come to the conclusion that I think women are just pure evil. Like, I really think women are just pure evil. Women are naturally evil beings, I believe. And only a woman who's honest about our natural nature of being deceptive can change it. Like, for example, I know that naturally there's a selfish, gimme, 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 I want that type of way about me. So, about people, period, but especially women. So if you can't be honest and say that that's in there, then you can't deal with it and address it. And so I've noticed that the women who say they're the dopest, they're the this, they're the that, are usually the worst because you have to acknowledge the beast in you in order to tame it. And so I really just think most women are naturally evil. Period. I just think they're evil. And not even just how they deal with men and kids makes them evil, but how they deal with each other. Women are so jealous, deceptive, conniving. Like, you can just feel the evil when you are in the presence of certain women. You can walk in a room and you just feel the daggers. You just feel that demonic spirit. Women are evil. I don't care what nobody say. Women are untrustworthy, deceitful, demonic beings. I said what I said.
Yo.
It's an evil world we live in.
Yeah, from my sister herself. And when she says woman, y'all know which woman she's talking about, right? You know what woman she's talking about. Talk about sisters in the hood. Hey, it is what it is. Hey, don't at me. She said it, not me. A man supported man says, yet most women act like these type of women aren't here, acting all oblivious and ish. LOL. Facts. And let's be real. Like, if someone was to ask us about, if someone was to say, oh, black people need to stop doing drugs, right? some people could say, okay, well, marijuana is not a drug, right? Okay, fine. You could argue that point, right? But let's just say you was to say, fine, weed is not a drug, right? Do you not know somebody who has taken a hard drug? Do you not know somebody who has taken lean, promethazine, or maybe took too many sleeping pills? You know? So, look, one of us, yo, come on now, man. So it's just like the same thing. Just like how we know somebody who maybe robbed and stole something. We might not know a bunch of people who steal, but we know at least know one person who steals. So just like how men know one person who steals, women know one person, one woman who's a hoe, one woman who has alienated his kids from the father, one woman who's chosen welfare over them being with the father because he was quote unquote abusive, blah, 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 blah. Bob Dabalina said, let her cook. Man, if I'm not mistaken, maybe the same chick or some chick who looked like her said some shit that was even deeper. Like, no, it was, I wouldn't say deeper than what she said, but it's almost encapsulate a lot of things that we'll talk about when it comes to dating nowadays. And I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how I'm gonna manage at work, but I literally got to find this little video that we keep talking about. I keep bringing up because it's bothering my soul. You hear me? It's bothering my soul that I had a video that I wanted to play and I can't find it. Because I just kind of feel like this video just goes so much to kind of prove what we were kind of saying. Damn. And that's crazy because I played it the other night, but I got so many files that I don't remember which episode I did it on. Oh, man. But it was just so much facts on facts though, man. Like, it was to the point that it's something that I definitely need to post to the world, bro. Like, you know, one thing about me, I ain't no hater, y'all. You know, I'll post someone's, Instagram video with their Instagram link on there, and people can look it up during my show. Damn, man, I can't find it, but okay. Oh, man. Like, I'm trying to take a break from the show to go see if I can find it. In hopes I can find it, but then I can't find it. I think I found it. Oh, I found it, y'all. Here we go.
Dating a girl and you finally decide to go around her family and ain't nothing but women, that's your sign to run. Okay? Her mama don't got no man. Her grandma don't got no man. Her great grandma don't got no man. The aunties don't got no man. The friends don't got no man. Nobody, the guy's sister don't got no man. The best friends don't got no man. Ain't nothing but women. Run. Don't stick around and get her pregnant because them women got mouths on them. Don't no men want to be bothered with them. Nobody got no man. Why would you stay? Your fault, goofy.
Now, yo, that's a good message. If you see a chick or you're dealing with a chick and she don't really have a relationship with her daddy, her mama ain't got no man, her sister ain't got no man, her homegirls ain't got no man, her sisters ain't got no man, yo, head for the hills, G.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Yo, you heard it from the horse's mouth. Yo, when women give sound advice, definitely take it, especially when it's been proven by greater men before you, bro. Straight up.
He ain't lying.
Yo, at least I got to play that, and I'm glad I did. once again, y'all. You know what? Let's keep it going. Since I messed up in the beginning, I guess I can give y'all a little bit more clips. How about that? If I'm gonna be tired at work, I'm gonna be tired in style. Here we go. Well, now that we're essentially done with the main event, I guess we could talk about it. We could just, clown around a little bit, y'all. Let's clown around a little bit. Here goes some little eye candy, y'all. Running back.
Ladies and gentlemen,
all right. Yeah, okay. We're just going to show sexiness.
She won't put that pussy on me, put it on me.
Jesus. Y'all know my favorite part of, what I be asking when I go for Popeyes? All breast.
She won't put that pussy on me, put it on me.
I don't know who the fuck needs to hear this, but this is the last thing and I'm gonna get it off my chest.
Angry man a fool. Bro.
I don't know who the fuck needs to hear this, but this is the last thing and I'm gonna get it off my chest.
Yo, she definitely got a rack though, for real, bro. She's definitely got a rack. Racks on racks on.
She won't put that pussy on me, put it on me.
They jiggling, baby. Go ahead, baby. For real. Now, Bob Dapolino, this might be a little up your alley. Do I have it on this file? Oh. This might be up your alley, Bob Dapolino. Where's she at? Look what she has to say about Caribbean men, especially Jamaicans. Where's it at? Where's she at? Here she go. Damn. Okay, let me clear the. Okay. Did I hear them crickets? That's how you can tell I live in a decent neighborhood.
Those Jamaican river rafting guys are not the problem. We need to be talking about the women. I've been on the bamboo rafting excursion maybe like 3 times in my whole entire life. And I think that people really focus up on the fact that, oh yeah, well, they are, weird. They be trying to do this to you. They be trying to do that to you. But they only do that to you if you allow it. And I think that people miss that. And it's just like with any other man. If a man want to deal with you like that, then he's going to deal with you like that. So I don't understand why people are focusing more on the fact that these men are, running down on these women, and they not realizing that these women is coming from the US, coming from all other countries to come down there and get cracked open like a can of paint by a random, okay? And I'm not even mad at it, because Jamaican men, they are like that. Like, they are, one of the best people to get your self-esteem up there. Your self-confidence, you can look like shit. They're going to hype you up every single time. My thing is, if you don't allow it, you have a lot of respect for yourself, they will not even try you. You're going to get on that bamboo. You're going to do what you got to do as far as the excursion is concerned, and then you're going to go home safe, sound, and in peace. Okay? They are not going to do anything that that you don't want them to do. I'll say that much.
Yo, She didn't lie though. She ain't telling a lie. A man support man said he heard gunshots.
Okay, I'll reload it.
Bob Dabalino says the demographic goes down there to get their backs blown out and bringing back STDs and babies to the Sims. Facts. Facts. All facts.
She wanna put that pussy on me, put it on me.
Says shout out to the passport sisters. Hey, no doubt. Hey, ever since Stella got her groove back, you feel me? Black women have been gone down to Jamaica to get their backs blown out. Shit. Hey, I always even thought about even just go down to Jamaica, fix up my accent a little bit, and I just be fucking knocking down these old little skeezers and these old ass white women. I could easily do that shit. Hey, yeah. I don't know. My name Marvin. Marvin the Jamaican. Or I want to go to foreign one day. I just want a chance to go to foreign with a fine, beautiful woman, like a fine single mother like you. Shit. Man. Where them sexy ladies at? I know I got some more for y'all. I know I got some more for y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, she might be technically overweight and obese, but man, she got some fucking yams, bro. Oh my God. Them some all yams, bro. All right, hold up. I saw XL Pro showed me some little hottie that he wanted me to post tonight. Where's she at? Don't tell me I didn't save it. Come on, man. Your boy slacking tonight. What? XL Pro. Oh, here she go. I know I had her. Hold up. XL Pro, I ain't gonna let you down. I know I got her. Where's she at? Come on. Boom. Oh, there she go. Here she go. Oh. Oh, man. I'm gonna fuck around and get a copyright for that shit. Or, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna try to take away my little couple of dollars, man. But I ain't a front though, man. I mean, you know, them titties might not be real, but I don't give a fuck, man. Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm not really into BBLs or into prosthetic titties and stuff. I'm more into a natural woman. But yo, to some degree, it is what it is. I'll take a bitch with a fake ass and some fake ass titties. You know what I'm saying? They're just gonna be a little pricey, but man, fuck it, man. If they want to cut up their body, so be it. But goddamn, she's sexy than a mug, though. I ain't on front. No cap. XL Pros type. Here go a nasty chick for y'all. Damn. I'm loaded up like that. Let's see here. I had to remove some files.
I'm just trying to go home.
No, I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna sit your ass down. I'm gonna finish cooking. You're gonna get some dick, and we're gonna lay down and watch a movie.
Man, I don't even know I could even really show that. But I seen it on Instagram. I don't know. He said, yeah, that's some chocolate there. Man, let me see. Because her shit was super, 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 super short. I just hope nothing was too exposed, but she was showing nothing but ass cheeks. But man, that front was so damn short. I didn't even know that was even, if she even had panties on. Did she even have panties on? Let me see something. Because I can't see it from my computer. Not with how I'm running the setup right now. I'm trying to see if I see Poom Poom. Because not, if so, I'm going to have to cut that shit out of the damn video. That's crazy because, oh, let's see, where is it at? I ain't gonna lie, that shit kind of bothering my soul right now. You feel me? Your boy trying to stay on the air. I ain't trying to get in trouble with my job, YouTube. Let's see here. I really want to know. Do y'all see Poom Poom? I felt like I seen Poom Poom. Let's see. Oh, thank Lord. Whew. Okay. She had on drawers, y'all. Whew. I was getting a little scared, y'all. I guess I could run it back. Okay. YouTube, she has on panties. As a matter of fact, it's kind of a outfit. There's drawers to go with that. Okay, thank Lord. I can play it.
No, I'm trying to go home.
No, I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna sit your ass down. I'm gonna finish cooking. You're gonna get some dick, and we're gonna lay down and watch a movie.
She your type, Bob Dabalino. She not to try to get her no advertising, but she's a Trini. She's definitely a Trinidadian. I think her name is Trini something, but she's like a OnlyFans, stripper type of, OnlyFans model. You already know what they be on, G. Now, Monk Dan says late to class. He said Jam City. He says Jam City.
No, I'm trying to go home.
He says late. He says, all right. Monk Dan says late to class. Jam City crew in the building. He says slow and easy. Hey, where the white woman at? Where the white woman at? Ha 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 ha.
That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it. So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it in her then.
Jammed and round.
Like Jam City.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Dang.
And took her breath some more.
My boy Monk Dan comes through with $20 super chat, man. Yo, I really appreciate you, G. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all can come through, you know what I'm saying? Don't have Monk Dan paying all your bills. I appreciate y'all. But Monk Dan, I definitely appreciate the $20 super chat. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you asked for some white girls, bro. I got you some white girls.
Fucking bad as fuck. Are you single?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Johanna.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
What's your back? Yo, you are fucking bad as fuck. Are you single?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Johanna.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
What's your background?
My dad's from Puerto Rico. My mom's white. Do you know where this is?
Where?
Dior?
Dior's that way, yeah.
Okay.
Here. But I feel like I know you. Where are you from?
LA. I live in LA.
Yeah, I think I've seen you in LA. Maybe Beverly Hills. I don't know. Hey, you down?
Yo, he's just gonna have to hit her up on a later on tip. These girls, they busy. But yeah, among then you asked for them white girls. That was the best I could do on such short notice. So now I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? Them chicks is looking real good. But yo, just know that's gonna cost him, bro. That's definitely gonna cost him. She asked, "Where is Dior, bro?" The who? The who? Yo, there is one video that I have to address, and it is from the Wicked Witch of the East. But yo, we gotta still play this piece because it's still funny, but it's true. Be this. Even an evil witch can tell the truth. Sometimes men don't even really respond or even listen until they hear it from said witch's mouth. Check it. And this is her giving advice to other women, okay? The same woman who you also try to date is listening to this chick here. Check it.
I said, get in his face. If you want to live with your boyfriend, show up to his house with a suitcase crying. You know what I'm saying? Lie and tell him you got a stalker. Do something. Get up in his face. Get in there. Get in it to win it. This is not a game. This is life. Every move you make determines your future. So get in there. I did. I came over James' house, knocked on the door, had my suitcase. Looking cute. If he didn't let me stay, I was gonna find somewhere else to stay. Hey.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
I can honestly say that if it wasn't for me settling with my ex-girlfriend in 2013, y'all probably would not even have known who Callie West was. Because I can honestly say that although a man supporting man says that shit won't work on me, it definitely did work on me plenty of times, bro. And I can honestly say that set your boy the fuck back. And when I say set your boy back, it set your boy the fuck back, bro.
Emotional damage.
I can honestly say that I was an idiot enough to, fall for, hearing someone's side story and moving them in and all that. But see, what you don't realize is when you move a woman in, you end up taking the responsibility for her, because guess what? You take full responsibility for her when she want to eat, when she want to drink. The bitch hot, so she want the air conditioner on all the time. Then, what if, what I'm saying? Sometimes, what I'm saying, shit, my chick at the time, shit, two of my chicks at the time that I got with, I say my last two serious relationships in the last 10 years, both of them bitches didn't have a car. Well, the second one had a car, but then her car broke down and she didn't have a car for a long time. She ended up eventually getting a car, but what I'm saying is that, yo, I done fell for that stupid ass story, fell for that lame ass excuse. And guess what? Truth be told, it was my fault because, yeah, I did have things okay financially, I say, but I definitely should have had a second job. I really didn't have time to, live with a bitch. You feel me? Plus, what was ironic was she knew, well, both of them knew that I wasn't even faithful at the time. And that was kind of one of the problems with the relationship with the chick that I got with in 2013, was the fact that, she kind of basically gave me the boohoo sob story, and that's how she got up in my space. That's how I ended up moving her in and living with her for a couple of years, and everything went bad, being with her, and and then the bitch didn't have a car, and bitch made me late to work and stuff like that, and all types of shit and problems on problems. A man support man said, gotta get her 3.5. Hey, that 3.5 keep you live, bruh. Yo, that 3.5 keep you live, bruh. That's funny you say that because I was telling that to my boy Decorum this weekend. I was like, yo, that 3.5 keep them live. That 3.5 will keep you live, bruh. Hey, look here, just smoke your troubles away. Hey, you can spend the night tonight, but not all the time. I'm sorry. The next day, what are you gonna do? Because truth be told, I personally wouldn't turn a woman the way that I was fucking with on the first night. Second night, the next morning, she gonna have to figure out what the fuck she gonna do. Because if I was fucking with a female, and and I mean, hypothetically speaking, if I had nowhere to go or something like that, I mean, if I kind of knew that, if she was claiming not to be entertaining other dudes, shit, I would hit her up. I would have some plans to not be up in there for too long either, but I would be at least upset if she at least turned me away for the night. If she at least said, hey, we need to still fuck with each other, but, hey, I kind of want my own space, I can respect that. You feel me? But if she fucking just turned me over and fucking for the first night, goddamn. Sheesh.
Get to the chopper!
But man, y'all, hey, it's been real, y'all. But yo, it's getting a little late. So I'm about to peace out, man. But once again, y'all, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. Everybody on the Facebook side, come on to the YouTube side. Everybody on X, come through on the YouTube side. Cali, West Miami. I ain't hard to find. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. I'm out of here, y'all. Gone.